Good morning, guten Morgen, bonsoir, buenos dias, dobry dzień, ciao everyone in Europe and Africa and Middle East. I'm super excited because today is Nodes. But yesterday was actually also a really good day because GitHub added Cypher highlighting support as first-class support, and the Artemis mission launched as well, which made me really happy. But I'm not really sure which one is actually rocket science, and I think they also took almost as long, each of them. The other thing that also became available yesterday was Neo4j Workspace, which is now available on Neo4j Aura for all free and pro users. And you have the option to switch between Workspace and the classic 3-app experience. And it comes with educational guides that we worked on. And I hope you like it. And all the people that are starting out with Neo4j are also really excited about it. And as Emil just mentioned a few minutes ago, Neo4j 5, is generally available and on Aura on desktop, including the Graph Data Science library with APOC Core and now also APOC Extended being released for Neo4j 5. And I'm really, really excited about it. User tools as well. And what else happened? Oh, Nodes started yesterday. Yeah, so that's a pretty big thing. So I still remember when in 2019, our team came together in the Swedish countryside to run the first Nodes event. Back then, we hadn't dreamed that it would become such a massive and big event with so many participants, speakers, and so many hours of talks. So I'm really happy, and it's really close to my heart that we all come together to learn, to connect, and to share as well. So speaking of all of you, so this is a graph for Neo4j attendees. So you're in there somewhere. If you really squeeze, you can find yourself. But we wouldn't be here if not all the people that contributed to it. The speakers, all the speakers that submitted sessions, that already gave talks. We already had 16 hours of talks or something like that. The Neo4j team behind the scenes that kept everything running, the moderators, the producers, and of course our community partners as well that helped spread the word. And you attendees, without whom a conference wouldn't make any sense. Thank you for being here. So Nodes this year is a 24-hour event. So we started 8 a.m. Pacific, then I slept for an hour or so, then at 3 a.m. my time, 8 a.m. Indian time, we started the APEC section. And now at 10 a.m. GMT, 11 CET, we're starting the EMEA section and such. We have more than 100 talks by 113 speakers, really good technical content. There are more than 9,000 people at Nodes, which is so exciting, really, really cool. And we want to make Nodes a really inclusive and educational event. So there's a lot of focus on education and inclusivity. So that's why also the tracks are kind of organized in this way, that we have a beginner track for people that are new to graphs, intermediate track for people who have had already some Neo4j experience, and an advanced track for really deep dives for the experts in you. But we also have a lot of lightning talks in between. And I'm especially happy that Anton agreed to run a mindful meditation session in each of the regions, which has been pretty successful so far. And I think the one in Europe will be as well. So you're already seeing this layout. In the middle, there's the speaking slot. On the right side, you see the chat. Ask your questions in the chat. You can also get the polls there to rate the talks as well. And the speakers and the moderators and the other people in the chat can also answer your questions there. And you can upvote and like things as well. In terms of topic, we are really broad. We have developer topics, application development, Java, Python, things like that, GraphQL. We have data science topics from graph machine learning, link prediction, graph algorithms, applications of graph data science. We have topics from operations and deployments, basically Kubernetes topics, Docker, deep dives, and so on. And then, of course, use cases from cryptocurrencies to healthcare to cybersecurity, lots of different things. Here's just a little selection. Of course, the 3 most important questions of the day is basically, will it be recorded? Can I watch it later? Can I get the slides? And yes, to all of 3 of them. And you can watch all the talks from every time zone, of course, as well. Because we really want to make this kind of an event where you can also connect and have these hallway conversations, please use this networking tab on the left side to connect with other attendees. So you can join them for 30 seconds to 3 minutes, and based on your interest that you can put in there, you can be matched up and spend a few minutes with each other and learn something from each other. And, you know, there's always something new that you can learn. That's kind of also my credo as such. We also have a really good goodie bag. So we have a second ORB free instance that you can get. The GraphQL book is freely available, and you can get a chance to win a special t-shirt. I'll talk about this in a few seconds. Especially here in the EMEA section, the Neo4j product and engineering teams are really interested in your feedback. So we have set up 4 sessions on different topics over the day, where you can join them live. You can go live with audio and video, discuss, give feedback, propose changes, things like that. So please use this opportunity. That's kind of once in a year opportunity to give really this kind of in-person product feedback as such. And those of you that were here a few minutes ago, Andreas and Emil have been running 2 of these, Emil and Andreas on the coach session already, an AMA for Emil, and they have been really awesome, both of them, and I can't wait for the 3rd one. And just use the Ask Emil tab on the right side to ask a question, upvote existing questions, so that we have a lot of things to talk about as such. And because I mentioned the t-shirts before, we are running a Twitter contest. So if you see a talk and you really like what's been shown there or shared there, take a screenshot of the slides, add some of your own commentary, add NODES2022 and live tweet to the tweet, and then tweet it out, and you can win one of 30 special t-shirts from the conference. More about this is also in the goodie bag sections, as I already mentioned. Okay, and now I basically can leave you for the conference. Enjoy the conference, watch all the talks, enjoy what you've learned. And I'm really, really excited to close the loop here because the keynote this time, which we gave in the US, but we wanted to share it with everyone, is actually about this book here, Connected, which is about the impact of social networks, or of impact of networks on society and humans. And the first author, or one of the authors, James Fowler, gave a talk, a keynote at the Graph Connect in 2012. And now, 10 years later, at Nodes, we have the second author, Nicholas Christakis, who is also a social network researcher and society researcher, giving the keynote on the application of networks on humanity. And so with that, let's switch over to Nicholas and enjoy the keynote.